Welcome, one and all, to once again our little D&D show known as Talevyrr, right here on twitch.tv/Susanna Grace. So, thank you all for joining us. I am really big on the stream, by the way.
I'm gonna fix that real quick.
Yeah, so as we're doing that, I will catch everybody up on what happened last time, because I know it's been a couple of weeks. So, departing from Volt, the party made their way across Iriond, heading towards the mountains with no name, which ran down the spine of the continent. There they were going to meet with all of the wizards throughout Iriond in what is known as the Assembly of Metal, a conference of these individual wizards, which had not been held for over 200 years. However, on the way there, they met some stumbles, giant worm attacks in the desert, and we ended last session with them just having defeated an ambush from a foe that stepped from mist, commanding a hunt. And now we begin this session as my camera is oriented in the correct fashion, and I am no longer a giant because no one wants to see my giant face. In the aftermath of this battle, around you lie strewn bodies of black armor-clad figures and gigantic six-legged panther-like beasts with tentacles, as well as the remains of one very unfortunate magic user who had been scattered into small chunks thanks to a powerful magical effect from Tae'la.
That was so cool.
Yeah, it was.
Can we just have a refresher of how that was?
There was a certain lamp that was blown out by someone.
I know that, but the Tae'la effect.
Tae'la cast...
Is that what it's called now? The Tae'la effect? When somebody is blasted to so small chunks that you wonder how somebody like Tae'la managed it. It's now called the Tae'la effect, and it can apply to anybody ever. So, for example, if Randel manages to blow somebody to tiny bits and pieces and does it correctly first time on point, and you go, there you go, that's the Tae'la effect right there. How did that giant ball of nonsense?
I don't know. Did you get that peer reviewed
from that guy? Like,
or is it more of an exclamation like Tae'la?
To get back on track, as the Rayots have well and truly gone off into the sunset at this point.
Sorry, I'm just excited to play. I'm really sorry. I'm just excited to be back with everybody and playing.
Tae'la, stretching out her magical cracked arm, blasted forth what resembled a fireball made of pure magical force from it, in a similar manner to you've seen Randel cast fireballs before. And this effect blew the magic user to chunks of varying sizes. Because it was just forceful impact. There was no elemental effect to it.
Cool.
Yes.
Still gonna go to the kitty cat.
Okay. You see, it's very large, probably 7 to 8 foot long. Excuse me, 7 to 8 foot long, black furred. You've probably seen a panther before. Creature. It's very long. It's got long tentacles off its back at the end, and they're not stingers. They're more like teeth, more like fangs on the end of these tentacles, and it has 6 legs, which is very unusual.
I mean, we were all quite exhausted, but that thing has 6 legs and tentacles, right? I'm not seeing that. I'm not mad.
Yeah, it does.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
What the fuck is that thing? And I touch it. I try and poke.
It seems sort of semi-permanent. As you push it, it feels like it's not quite fully there.
Have I ever seen anything like this before?
You've seen a panther, and you've seen a squid.
But what it did.
You've never seen a panther squid. You haven't seen anything like what it did, no.
Panther squid.
We do have a wagon full of nerds we could consult about this.
Yeah, but they've not been actually useful at all in the slightest since we left the vault, have they?
And that's a good point. Are the nerds still drinking their tea? Because I seem to remember we asked them to get inside the wagon.
I'm just going to sit down here and hold myself a little bit because I'm still pretty hurt.
They are all inside the wagon and they have closed the back gate.
Oh, good. They did eventually listen. That's good. That's good. That's less of a telling off when they decide to show their faces again. Good.
I want to know what the thing is and where these creatures came from. They mentioned the queen. Did
Whose
they
idea
mention?
was it to blow out the candle?
Well, we we agreed all together as a group.
Did we?
Yeah.
I don't remember agreeing to blow out the candle.
Me neither.
Yeah, we did.
I totally wasn't going to do it 3 seconds after she was. It was totally.
And if she wasn't going to do it, I was going to do it. So.
We said, so we're going to blow out the candle, and then I did.
We didn't. Okay, I don't remember agreeing to that at all.
No, we did.
It doesn't matter, because we kicked butt and we did really good. We protected the people in the wagon, and that was our job. And even though they were stupid and didn't listen to us, we did our job and we protected them.
Oh, you always almost die.
Yeah, I know. But
what else is new?
I should say
that panther is new, and that's cool.
Yeah, it is. While the rest of the group start arguing about whose decision it was to blow out the candle, I go over to the wagon. Just stick my head inside. I don't look at anyone in particular. I say, hey, I need one of you to come look at a thing. And just...
and sort of look around and go... and you see, they're sort of near the back, and you see they're all sort of holding books very close to themselves. They seem a little shaken by everything, but they're trying to take their mind off the chaos that was going on outside with what they take their mind off everything with, which is reading.
I'm like, I don't care which one of you, out.
So, you see now Zalent gets out. The wizard who is the prime on Benevolent of Necromancy. She gets out and she's like, fine.
My favorite.
Can we class this as a short rest so I can use some of my hit dice to heal up?
No.
Okay.
You can do it after all the investigation's gone on. So, because right now you're active, even if you're not personally active, the party is. So.
Okay.
But you can short rest once you start moving again. So, what would you like to do with Zalent?
I just lead them over to Niss and the weird panther thing with tentacles, and I'm like, yo, what's this? Who are these? And I explained like, a wind might have blown a candle out, and these people appeared. And attacked us. Talked about a queen, a hunt, bringing us back to the court. Where?
Excuse me.
While you're doing that, I want to look at the people in anyway.
Okay.
So,
yeah, I'll join you doing that.
Make an investigation check for me then.
Yep.
Wulfric, you have advantage because you're being assisted by Adara.
Cool.
So do you want to roll for me as well?
You don't need to know. So you can roll independently, or you can assist Wulfric.
I'll just assist you. That's fine.
Cool, because I did quite well. What was it? Investigation.
Investigation, yeah.
Yeah, 19.
Okay. But Zelen, we'll get back to that in a second. Yeah. Zelen leans down, and just sort of looks over the creature and is like, a displacer beast.
That would it did that thing. The displacing thing.
They're hunted or used as pets in Arborea, land of the Fae.
Arborea?
It's one of the outer planes.
Oh, that's another one for the list of planes to visit.
She looks around. This place, it's a thin barrier between worlds. You could pass through very easily.
Do we think maybe the last place we went to was something like that? Because maybe there was a breeze on the other plane and it was making the flag go.
No.
Oh.
That was a solemn reminder.
Okay. Just nobody could tell me what the flag did. So I kind of had to...
It's the forest, and the people on the battlefield were remembering.
Oh. So I was almost right. That's okay. That's good. My instinct is on point right now.
Who's that queen they were talking about? Do you know?
No. So, Wulfric and Adara, you're searching through these bodies. So the first thing you do, obviously, would be to take a helmet off one of them. Mm-hmm. And as you take it off, underneath you see a grotesque face. Different parts of it appear to be from different creatures or animals. There is a ragged horn out of one side of the head. The other side has two eyes, one a different color to the other. The flesh seems moldering and in parts seems to droop as if it is made out of a liquidy substance. The entire figure just seems a mishmash made up of horrendous parts put together. But there is a distinctive shape to the entirety, and that is the shape of elf.
Okay.
One of them that you look over has cloven hooves instead of feet. There's very strange differences between them. You see some have ragged teeth in jaws. Others have two sets of teeth. They all seem a strange mishmash of different things. While looking through the chunks, however, the chunky bits, you do find a few things in the ripped open satchel that the magic user was carrying. You find what totals up to be 76 gold coins, and a translucent, well-cut green gem, which you quickly identify with your knowledge of minerals and ores. Wulfric is a peridot.
Oh, pretty.
And you also find a book, and upon opening that book, it's very clear to you that this is a spell book. And alongside that, there is a scroll, which has a spell on it. However, it is not in Celestial, Wulfric, so you know it is not a divine spell.
Oh, okie dokie.
Do you
What's the spell written in?
Bag of holding, or are you taking it?
Well, I imagine we can... Well, I'll take it for now and get one of the brainiacs to look at it before we stash it in the bag of holding.
I mean, yeah, with the money as well, if you give it to the party fund, or...
Yeah, we'll do that. Party fund gets an extra 76. Because I'm a holy man and trust you.
Holy diver. Down to the long...
Holy man or a fool?
A little bit of column A.
Some druids would say both.
Yeah.
And what was the stone?
A peridot.
Oh, I want to keep hold of that.
Okay, you write it down then.
And I knew what it was, so I feel like I want to keep it.
I don't even know how to spell it, so...
Can I take a look in the spell book to see if I recognize what it's written in or anything about it, or...
What languages do you speak?
Common, Infernal, Halfling, and Dwarvish.
Unfortunately, you don't know the language it's spoken in. It's none of those, which narrows it down, because you do speak a lot of languages.
So I'll do the whole thing of holding the book upside down and kind of glaring at it, being like, no.
Maybe it's a particular angle.
Yeah, maybe. You know, like there's things that you have to look at down across that way. Maybe it's one of those. Like, no. Okay, well, it doesn't mean anything to me. I'm sorry, but I don't understand the words in the...
As you're looking over the spellbook, Zalent comes over and draws a small knife from their pouch and begins cutting open one of the figures. Starts hands in and is pulling about inside, pulling bits out. And
Do you
looking-
know why they're wrong? Because they're like elves, right? They're like the elf dudes and ladies and things.
She doesn't
they're
seem
wrong.
to pay attention to you at all.
Hello? Hello?
She cuts the skin perfectly off and like folds out the skull of one of them.
Hello?
Just like pulling it out of like
Protein
pulling an ice cube
pod.
out of a out of an ice cube tray. Just pulls the skull out. Starts looking around it. She's ignoring the prodding completely. She's taking it apart. It's like she is deboning a chicken.
I'd actually like to kneel down next to her while she's doing this and just say, am I right in saying you were the expert in necromancy?
Benevolent necromancy.
Even so. Do you feel the presence of necromancy on these creatures? Because whatever they are, elven in design but not in makeup, it's unsettling to say the least. Were they alive when we fought them, or are they sewn
She's
together?
Pulling out like sausage links, pulling out the intestines. Wraps them up in a coil and sets them aside, and she's doing it very neatly. She's like, like gnawing it all out, so it's all like in a big square, individual bones and everything, very quickly as you do it. And she's like, they were alive, but they were no elves. Perhaps once they were. They
Well,
were a
whatever
form
they
of
are now.
fae. She holds up a note and hands it to you.
I'll take it.
And the note is looks to be being taken from one of the corpses, something that you might have missed.
Right.
And she has obviously taken everything apart, piece by piece. She's managed to find it. And the note is, you open it up. Do you speak Elvish?
Nope.
Well, it's written in Elvish, so you can't read it.
I see.
You've seen a
Well,
lot of Elvish, though, so you know what it.
Yeah. It looks very fancy.
It's very fancy. It's all sweeping and
Unnecessarily, like...
and it's cursive.
Why? Yeah, I'll... eventually, when we have enough time, I'll just pass it to someone else and figure out what it is.
Yeah.
But I can just pass it to one of the elves.
Yeah. So who'd you pass to?
Whoever's not currently preoccupied with anything in particular.
I'm just staring at this woman disassembling this dude with like massive heart eyes. But also
I'm
a
trying
sense of-
not to look at that woman
See,
while I'm sat on the floor.
I don't want to interrupt the eye line of Tae'la because she seems quite happy about whatever's going on. So
Is it
I'll
that
pass
whole
it to
thing?
Randel instead.
Okay. I can read Elvish because
yeah.
I am part elf.
And that's how languages work.
Yep.
And as you read through the note, it's very short, but it appears to be some form of proclamation. And it basically states that this creature has been chosen to join the next hunt in the name of the Unseelie Queen.
Okay, well, there you go. I relay that message back to them. Whoever the Unseelie Queen is, they did mention a queen, so I imagine it's the same person.
And at this point, Zelent has finished, and the skin is just like folded out, like perfectly, like it's unfurled. And she stands up and takes a pair of gloves off, and she turns around to you, Adara, and is like, "Yes."
Oh no, it wasn't important. I only wanted to know why they were different. Because they're clearly, some kind of elf. But they've got extra teeth and they're raggedy as shit and things like that. But it's okay. You go right ahead. Not particularly worried.
Oh, they're Fae. They're not
Yeah, no.
mortal.
You did say. It's fine. You said
Yeah.
it to somebody else. That's okay.
I don't quite understand them. I learned from dissection that their skeletons are the same as ours. They may have once been mortal, but they're dead now.
They are. We made sure of that. That's what we do as bodyguards, right? We make sure that they're dead and not you. So next time your pals are drinking tea on the outside of the wagon, and we ask them to get in, you might want to consider making sure they get in. We're bodyguards. We're here to keep you safe. Please. I'm glad we've learned something, though. Right?
Okay.
Thank you. What's a fae?
It's a creature from the outer planes.
Okay.
Are we done here?
I mean, as long as you're done with it, and the
I'll be 1 second. And she opens the bag, and every single piece, one by one, just boom, 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 into her bag. Just magically into her bag.
Has she
folds it
skinned
up.
the whole thing?
Yeah, she skinned it and laid it out, like, unfurled. And the skin has been completely removed from all the musculature, and the musculature has been set aside in its own pile. She's managed to pull out all of the, somehow pulled out all of the capillary systems, and they're on their own coiled pile. The spinal cord is completely separate. Every bone is separate from each one. The brain has been fully removed from the skull without the skull being broken at all. It's like, and they were laid out perfectly in a big square.
Did you need anything to wrap any of that in, or is it safe in your bag?
It's safe in my bag.
Wonderful. Please don't bring that bag anywhere near me. I might mistake it for food.
I am so intrigued.
So, is there anything else you'd like to do here?
Get the fuck out.
Do you
Check
want
in
to...
on-
Can I take one last look at the lamp? Sorry.
Yeah.
Is it back to its state before we tampered with it, or is it still unlit, or...
The flame is still unlit. It looks like, as it did before, the flame is unlit. The mist that rolled in when the figures arrived is gone. I've got the hiccups.
Is it on a piece of rock or something?
It's on like a... Excuse me, it's on like a pedestal.
Right. Can we carve something in the pedestal to prevent people from using this again?
In the pedestal?
The pedestal, yeah. Is that a thing we can do? Has someone got the ability to do that?
But it depends on what it's stone. All I
It's a
have,
stump,
I
isn't
imagine
it?
I'll
Like a
have.
tree stump.
No,
Oh, is
it's
it-
a stone pedestal.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's all.
I
I've got...
stool.
I mean, all I have are my blacksmithing tools, and I don't exactly want to break things on stone when I can be using them on hot metal instead. If
I've
I
only
break
got-
stuff,
I've only got things to draw with and things like that. So we could leave it no, I guess.
The adventurer's locked.
I was thinking
but I don't know if it would do
a
stuff.
bit more permanent, like scraping a skull into it or something along the pedestal to make people go, "Oh, someone scraped a skull into the next to this. I should probably leave this the fuck alone."
Yeah, I don't know if that's how that works. Because sometimes I see really dangerous icons and things, and I think, do you know what? I could really use something dangerous right about now, and I take it. So
just a big no. Oh,
Again?
don't.
again, that's a challenge.
Niss, the adventurer's lockpick. The adamantite dagger could cut into stone.
I mean, the other option is
Okay,
to just
then-
break the lantern. I mean, that's the other option, right?
But
You
then
saw
it's-
what happened when
I
you
just-
blew it out. Imagine
But
what
then
happened
that's
if you broke it.
constantly unlit, yeah.
I just
But then
Sometimes-
no one has to worry about someone coming along and accidentally doing what we just did, because it won't exist anymore.
It seems to be tied to whatever realm they came from, so
If
I
we break
don't
it, maybe
exactly
they
know
can't
what-
come through again.
or perhaps the door is permanently open.
Okay, so I'm gonna grab the lantern in my hand. I'm gonna pick
I'm-
it up, and I'm just gonna smash it down on the pedestal, like as hard as I possibly can.
Okay, and the thin, filigreed lantern just smushes and crashes underneath your grip.
There you go.
Cool.
Problem solved.
As
Excellent.
Lent walks past, she goes, "What a waste of a lantern."
We're just making sure. That's okay. We're keeping people safe. We're bodyguards. That's what we do.
Fair enough.
I don't know about that.
I mean, I don't think it mattered one way or another what happened to that lantern. I feel like this area in itself, this forest, is tied to another plane. But
Right,
if
for
it makes
sure,
you guys
but-
feel better, We good.
Mm-hmm.
Also, before we move back to the caravan, I just want to take in as much detail as I can about their armor and weapons, sort of design, detail,
It
just
was
in case
very,
we see it again.
unlike most of the armor you've seen, which has been rather square, they were wearing very sort of bulbous but curved armor, with sort of what seemed like deliberate, almost pockmarks, and rounded spines on it.
Right.
The helmets were very had a very big faceplate across all of them, even though they were all slightly different, with a multitude of holes or visors across them. But they were all full face helmets, built in such a way to hide the user's face behind them.
Are we talking
Fair enough.
like Wild Hunt-esque?
That was the
Less
vibe I got.
skulls?
No, less Wild Hunt, more Chaos Warriors from Warhammer.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Wild Hunt's very sort of lines and very sort of fluted style armor, whereas this was very flat, but very lots of spikes,
Right.
very black.
Gotcha.
So, like bulbous and rounded, sort of, like very Warcraft or Warhammer evil.
Right.
Before we go, Niss, do you want to collect a bit of this panther thing, beast thing? I mean, I'll
Yes. Yeah. I wanted to ask her if the skinning of the beast is an option, but Flatnick came in and all that, and then the moment was gone. But
Still ask.
I would basically like to walk up to her and jokingly say, "No, it would be fun if we could just wrap ourselves in the skin of that beast. That was really cool what it did."
Cheers. I think you find it's too late for that. She points behind you towards the beast.
What?
She points again. Look.
Okay, I look.
You see now that the beast has sort of before when you prodded it and it seemed like it wasn't fully there. That state seems to have continued, and now the beast in various pieces of it appear to have just disappeared from reality.
Never mind then.
We'll get you another one.
Yeah. I mean, maybe if we can find some more fays, we can find you some more of those. And if you want to wear one, you can wear one. You want to walk one, then you can maybe walk one. I don't know. We can make that happen.
I mean, we're gonna fucking end up in Arborea anyway. I mean, right, we're going with planes.
Yeah. What? How many have we been to? 3?
3? 4? I lose count.
I get to go somewhere new.
If you're either
they're
lucky
not
or
generally-
unlucky, depending.
They're not generally very nice places, though.
No, they generally fucking suck, but
They're
I can't
really
recommend it.
quite
Well,
a
maybe
sight,
we've
though.
got some of the worst ones out of the way.
that's it. That's the idea.
Optimism.
Yep.
I don't believe that at all.
It could be like a mini holiday from this escorting bullshit that I've done my whole life.
It's not gonna be a holiday.
Great.
Not
Thank you
in
for your
the-
optimism. I really
Yeah.
appreciate it. I'm struggling
Sorry.
to find light in this
Yep.
dismal
Don't know.
ass place with all the dead things
Yep.
and other things coming to get us.
Yep.
Just
But we've got bodyguards. So
I
that's
cast
what we do.
light on my gauntlet.
There you go.
see you. You're my kind of people. Like I like
No.
you. You're my kind of religious people. I like you. You can stay.
I was gonna anyway, but thanks.
Can we leave? Can we leave now?
We're like
Yes.
shepherding people towards the wagons so we can go.
Yeah.
Okay, as you make your way back into the wagon, you set off once more. Is there anything you'd like to do on your journey?
Short rest.
Yeah.
Right.
Short rests.
Yes.
Neat. Because neat.
Are you wanting to decipher that spellbook and that scroll?
If we
I think that would be a thing for the wizarding folk amongst us.
Yup.
Perhaps, yes.
Wizard, stop doing health things.
Yeah, you know what? Make sure that Randel gets the book, so he gets a new book that those guys haven't seen.
I haven't seen this stuff yet. Like I was been sitting down the whole time.
Yeah. Well, we'll make sure that the book gets to you at least. unless you'd rather look at the scroll.
At this point, I'm not even sure that Randel would have noticed that either exist. So, whichever, it's up to you.
Well, since I found them, and they both seem like more your kind of thing anyway, so I'd just present them both at least.
Oh, okay.
So
Sure, I'll take a look at the book.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, the book's in Draconic. It's a spell book, and you see it contains the following spells: haste.
Okay. Right.
Tongues.
Ooh. Yep.
Stone skin.
Yep.
Dominate beast.
Ooh.
And invisibility.
Ooh.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Yeah, it's got some spells in it, surprisingly.
Are they good ones?
But some of them are probably going to be really useful. Some of them are going to be very situational, but they could all prove to be useful in their own way. But it's going to take me some time before I can learn them properly.
And if he's got time, will Randel be able to do the scroll as well, or would it
If
be
you
a
can
case
read
of...
it, you can just read it.
Oh, right, well, scroll
So,
too.
you don't have to identify it if you can
Right.
just read it, which Randel can. And
Cool.
It's a scroll of dominate person.
Oh, there you go. Scroll of dominate person.
Useful.
Now, if I remember correctly, as a divine magic user, you probably won't be able to use it. But Niss,
I couldn't even read it, so...
but Niss might be able to use it because Niss is an arcane magic user, right?
Mm-hmm.
What can I
So,
use?
the scroll.
The scroll.
Oh.
It's the scroll of dominate person. So I don't have to have it. It's something
Sure,
that Niss could potentially use in the future, or it could be something that I put into my spellbook as well.
You can all use your hit dice, by the way, now as well.
Mm-hmm.
You can't put it into your spellbook yet, as it's a 6th level spell.
Oh, okay. So it's a high level spell, but eventually I would be able to put it into my spellbook, but not yet.
So since it's such a high level spell, it might be a case of you holding onto it anyway.
That's entirely up to you guys. I mean, if you want to just put it in the bag of holding until a time where we feel like it's useful.
I'm just saying you'll be able to use it quicker without as much of an issue, with it being such a high level.
You
And
keep
it being a
it,
scroll.
Randall, it's fine.
Okay. Sure. Okay.
And you can all short rest now if you wish to short rest.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
Use some hit die to heal up and such. Get back anything which resets on short rest. So, as you travel, the forest finally begins to thin out around you. The lush, verdant land beneath it turning into rocky stone, into steppes, and eventually into foothills. Now you see ahead of you, naturally formed into the mountain, leading up into the mountain range, is a pass. And as you begin to climb the pass, thankfully over the years has been tread by many people and as such has become a little more usable. As you climb up, the air slowly becomes thinner, the temperature cooler. And it's not long before the great peaks of the mountains rise up all around you, and you're filled with a sense of diminutiveness as walls of stone surround you on all sides. And I would like everyone to make a perception check for me.
Okay.
Ooh.
19 from me.
21.
15 here.
27.
10. Fine.
So, Wulfric, you, or rather your shield, notices this before anybody else. As you round the corner, you see, as a Wulfric, see in front of you you have arrived into what looks to be a form of a crater or caldera, but the other end of it, a number of trees have been fallen onto the pass road and barricaded it off. As you are looking at this, you see behind you through your shield, that sort of sixth sense that your shield gives you, that there are figures moving atop the mountain wall, the mountains around you, on ridges that are assembling themselves.
I just say to everyone, ambush. And whoever's closest to me, I'll point out the barricade, and I'll make sure that everyone knows that there's people around us.
I
Okay.
take out Julian from their pocket dimension and
Do you know how many?
send them flying to sea, so I can see through their eyes.
Yes.
Yeah, did I get a sense of numbers, or was it
You
too
You
big?
didn't get a sense of numbers. It was too big. Too vague, sorry.
Alright, well, I'll come up to Wulfric and do a 2-man shield wall.
Yeah, buddy.
I've been watching a lot of the Vikings.
Same. Re-watching.
Okay, so as you slowly move forward now, the figures around you scurry into place, and as the air falls dead silent, aside from the eerie clip-clop of the magic hooves of these horses, you hear the clinking of heavy chains.
Can I see something through Julian? What they look like?
I would like you to make a perception check with Julian for me, please.
Me or Julian's stats?
Are you looking through Julian, or is Julian
Yeah.
looking? If you're
I
looking
am
through
looking. Perception, that's 24.
Okay, so
Good job.
as you look around, you see tall, furred figures in makeshift armor with heavy amounts of javelins on their back. They're clambering around the rocks above you. But the sound of the chains that you can hear is coming from three of these figures who are holding onto these great chains attached to a 8-legged, blue-scaled beast that seems to crackle with energy around it, a long tail out behind it. The size of this creature dwarfs these figures by a factor of like 10. It is huge in comparison to them. It's probably around 20 feet long.
And does it actually seem like an ambush as Wulfric has called out, or do they just happen to be there?
It looks to be an ambush. They're getting into positions.
Yeah. Fuck.
How far away are they?
They're up above you, about 70 feet up on ridges, varying levels above you.
Is
Are they
that...
only clumped together?
Not particularly, no.
I remember a beast like that being mentioned before, but were we there, or was that Arxan only? I don't remember that.
It was
Arxan
me and Arxan.
You and Arxan.
Yeah.
So I just tell the party of the blue scale beast with some form of electricity, and
Oh, good.
that looks like the big.
For the life of me, I can't even remember the name of what it was. I just knew we had to get something out of it.
You weren't told what they looked like.
Ah,
You
right,
was
fair
told,
enough.
So
We're
You know.
metagaming!
it's all right. I'm sure most of you know what this creature is. It's quite a famous one in D&D. But as you're talking about this, you hear the sound of chains being dropped as they clank against the stone around you, and then the sound of claws dragging against stone, and as over the side of this ridge now you see this creature leaps, tearing down the side of the mountain towards you, as the figures all bellow out in unison, just this guttural roar as one of them goes, "Take them! These mountains belong to the Gratak tribe now. The orcs are gone." And I would like you to all to roll initiative.
Oh, shit.
Okey-doke.
Have we heard of the Grak tribe before? Does that No.
You don't have to
Oh,
roll for
good. Yes, wonderful.
I like the fact that this shield gives me advantage. Turns a 1 into a 12.
Fairly useful.
Yeah, but still, it's better than a 1.
Hmm.
All right. And here we go, guys.
Ooh.
Ooh, battle map. Okay.
Battle ban.
You can move yourselves around to where you think you would be around the caravan. It's caravan.
Which way we're travelling? This is all coming
Towards
from
it.
behind us.
You're traveling to the north.
All right.
Oh, so this is all in front of us, yeah?
Yeah, those things are just the wrong way around.
Right.
Yeah, we just.
Well, it's a bit far.
There you go. Yeah. So behind where the very. One second. Behind where the very large creature is
The barricade.
the barricade. Yes, that I forgot to put down.
We'll just say it's just a little bit further on than what the map suggests.
Do that.
Yeah.
Oh. Rip.
All right. Actually pretty good. All right. So initiative order. 25 to 20.
20, not natural.
20. Not natural.
23.
So 23 for Niss. And who else? Who said 20s?
Me and
Okay.
Matt.
Tae'la, your initiative
+3.
bonus.
Yeah,
Yours.
mine's a 1. So,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, 15 to 20. Okay. 10 to 15.
12.
Well, oh yeah, you have a +0 to dexterity, don't you?
Yep.
So dexterous.
It's almost a ballet dancer. He's so dexterous.
I'm like the reverse version of Billy Elliot.
What? Elliot Billy.
Yeah.
5 to 10.
6 for Julian. No. Addy.
1 to 5. 4. Nice.
Yep.
All right. So, as we begin now, as the creature tears its way down the side of the mountain and slams into this crater, up first is Niss.
I'm gonna shoot an arrow at the thing.
The big thing.
The big thing. Oh, did it look like anyone's controlling it from?
No, it's got like chains hanging down its back where it's being, but they've let go of it, basically just pointed it in a direction and gone, whoop.
Yeah, since I don't think I can suggest to the creature to not attack us. 22.
That will hit, yeah.
It's 8 damage.
8 damage?
Well, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's just a plink, isn't it? Yeah. So, as you let loose with your arrow, it sinks into the side of this creature's flank. You see a small amount of this bluish blood seeps out of the wound, but it just seems to ignore it. Like, it barely seems to be anything to this creature. And that brings us to Tae'la, unless you'd like to do anything else with your turn.
Nope.
All right.
Nothing I can do. Well,
Tae'la.
Okay, I am going to
might move back a little.
Sorry, Lydia.
No, I just moved back a little, but
And Randel, you're up next.
I'm gonna move back here that's not in a line with anyone. And I'm going to, towards the scaly beast, reach forth and cast Ice Storm.
Okay.
So he needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah. All right. That is a 16.
That is my DC, so it saves, I believe.
Yes. Just so you're aware, guys, the two caravans are the caravans carrying the wizards.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
I think I've made that clear.
Oh, fuck me. I've rolled all ones on my d6s, so that's nice. So it takes 2 cold damage and 2 bludgeoning damage. That's a 4th level fucking spell. Though the area around it is now difficult terrain, so it's 40 foot.
Okay.
Oh no, sorry, 20 foot radius. So that's a 40-foot diameter circle on the thing. But angle it towards the back, so if Wulfric wants to 1v1 it, he can get up in its face without slipping on his ass.
Circle.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Okay. I'll let you make it the right size while it is.
Okay,
You should be able to grab that. While it is Randel's go.
oh shit. I used the wrong tool, I'm sorry. I can't delete that either. Thank you.
You just need the grabber tool. Wait, did I do that right?
You did that right, yeah.
Oh, look at that. Let me.
Okay, so I'm just going to use. I'm just going to cast Enlarge on Adara.
Okay.
So you have gone from medium to large.
Are you saying I'm fat?
No. So you've gone from medium to large. You have advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws, and you do 1d4 extra damage when you hit.
Cool. I'm ready.
And I will move to like there, I guess. And that's it. That's my go.
All right. So now the the huge creature is snaking around, looking at you all. Looks towards the caravans, and Wulfric stood in front of them, and just you see the lightning begin to crackle around them as they open their jaw, leaning back. You see as it begins to spark all around them. They just breathe forth a gout of lightning that ruptures through Wulfric and slams into the caravan. So I would like you, Wulfric, to make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Mm-hmm. Shield Master might come in handy. Let's hope.
Let me roll dexterity saves for the wizards inside.
Could be worse. It's a 15. Oh wait, I can add my shield's AC to it as well with Shield Master.
Yes.
But is that instead of using it to negate all damage, or is that as well as
Shield Master?
Oh well, in that case, it's a 17.
Okay. So good news, SLT got a natural 20. Bad news is everyone else got below a 10. So that's you got a 17, right? So you make it. So you take half of 12d10. So let me just get my 12d10. Do I have 12d10? I'm gonna have to re-roll.
I take none of it with the success on the dex. I've just read
That's true, yes.
Yeah.
And
I was just checking because, yeah.
20, 29, 39,
Oh shit.
48, 58, 50, 65, 75, 83 points of damage. So you see now as the lightning slams into the car, lifting it up and slamming it onto the side, sparks erupt around it, and none of the wizards seem to get out. You see the back door of it slams open, and personal effects scatter out the back as the entire thing is just hurled to the side by the power of this lightning bolt. And then the creature just charges forward and just slams in front of you, Wulfric, just bearing down on you, although it's doing that as it's breathing lightning, so it can't attack you.
Right.
So that will bring us to you, Wulfric. You stand now and the air crackles around you. You can smell ozone.
I really want to get to those wizards, but it's right on me. Right, I was about... That's changed my idea entirely. Where's the thing? I'm going to do... Yeah, screw it. Guardian of Faith.
Okay.
And I'm going to drop it sort of currently where I am.
All right,
right on top of me.
How big is Guardian of Faith?
It has a... it occupies a space within 10 feet of the Guardian of me. Hang on. It's... Try to read the spell really quick, sorry.
It's alright.
It just says that it's got a 10 feet reach. It doesn't actually say how big the creature is.
Oh, right. I get it.
It just has a 10-foot reach.
Yeah, it just is on your spot.
Yeah. Well,
Right,
it's not centered on me. I'm just dropping it where I am currently.
Right, okay.
So when I move, it stays there.
Right, okay. So it's where you currently are. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. I'll make a note of that.
Yeah.
So it's where you are now. Okay.
Yeah.
And it
It's
attacks
just-
anything
it
that comes within 10 feet of it?
Within 10 feet of it.
Right, okay. Good.
And it's a dex check.
All right, okay. Okay.
Yeah, and it's an action for me to disengage, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Yeah.
You're not a rogue or a other thing or a monk. That's the one. Okay. And that's the end of your go, and now it is the go of the fuzzy creatures. Okay, they're all going to be rolling with disadvantage, I believe. Yeah. So the one on the left is going to strike at Tae'la, who's just got back. Look at that. Okay, so the one on the left is throwing a javelin at you, Tae'la. With disadvantage, because it's really far away. That is going to be a 10 to hit.
Nah, fam.
So as you bring the shield up, the javelin just sticks into it and you pull it out, toss it to the side. The three on the right are all going to throw javelins at what they perceive to be the biggest target. Literally. So they're going to throw it at Dara. So the first one is going to be a 15.
Nope.
The second one is going to be... Wow, okay, I rolled 2 17s. So the second one's going to be a 21.
That one hits.
And the third one is a 6.
Nah.
So that's just one hit.
Yep.
That is... one of these. And that is going to be 4 points of piercing damage from the javelin as it
Cool.
finds a gap in your armor and slams into it. As your giant form just pulls it out.
Cool. All right.
All right, and that will bring us to Julian.
Julian's going to give Adara advantage on whatever she does.
You have a bigger target.
What?
If you're distracting, you distract the target.
Distracting the target, the Behir.
The Behir.
Yes, we don't know what it is.
You don't know what it is. It's a Behir. Let's
Big
call
blue
it.
lizard.
That's the one.
Know it. The players know it's a Behir, even if the characters don't.
Yep.
I've never heard of it.
Ta-da! We can all go home. Joke of the day. Good job, Lydia. 10 out of 10.
Y'all go, Adara.
Alrighty. See, this is the problem, right? that I am literally zero good to the people in that caravan. I'm not any good to them whatsoever. Yeah, no, I get it, but I'm not.
Just hit things. It's fine.
I mean, that's
You
what my
do
job
you.
is, right?
Yeah.
I'm here to fucking hit things and have a good time doing it. So we're gonna... just... Fuck it. We're gonna attack it, because I don't think fire is gonna help at all in the slightest. So I'm just gonna jab at it with my glaive, if that's okay.
Mm-hmm. Make 2 attacks.
Neat.
Have you moved up? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm in range, right? Yeah.
Yeah. 10-foot range.
The first one is a 27 to hit.
That does hit.
The second one is a maths 28 to hit.
That also hits.
You get the advantage?
Oh no, that wasn't the advantage.
Just checking for.
Let me
You might as
roll
well
it.
roll again. Just in
Yeah,
case.
the first one is a crit,
Oh,
and the
nice.
Yeah.
second one isn't.
Okay, cool.
So there we go.
That's why
So
you-
Does the D4 get
all
double-
dice. You roll all dice twice.
Twice.
Yes.
right
sweet? So you get 2 D4s on that one, first one then.
2d10 plus 2d4 plus
is
that.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16 damage.
Okay.
Second one is 10. Is 11 damage.
Okay.
Can
So
I
is the-
action surge as well?
You can action shows, yes.
Can we attack it twice again?
Yeah. You don't get
Yeah.
advantage, but it's only on the very first strike. you
No,
get advantage.
but
You still get 2 attacks, yeah.
me. Okay. So we'll attack it again. The first one is a 23 to hit.
That does hit.
Oh, and the second one's a 11.
That misses.
No, okay. Do I still get the D4, yeah?
You still get the
Mhm.
d4s, yes. It's on all attacks while you're enlarged.
Oh, there you go, 12. 12 damage.
12 damage. Okay. So, as you just strike out multiple times at this creature, you hack at it and take chunks out of the sides of its like large gashes down that you see scales fly off until the creature finally gets sick of this onslaught. It slams your glaive to the side on the last swing. It just turns its head towards you and just roars in your face.
Calling it, look at it and smile.
And that will bring us to the wizards, who all need to make a death saving throw. Good news! Everyone passed apart from Tishka.
Good
Is
news,
he
everyone.
Is he the cool one? He's
No.
McCree, right?
No.
Mhm.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Let's see.
No, sorry.
Yes.
Esseltier, my bad.
Esoteric.
Esseltier is the
Is
different.
the posh one?
Esseltier is the one represented by my poshest, most regal dice.
What?
Tishka is the illusion tutor.
Oh,
So you
roll an
theoretical
invisible dice.
illusionist.
Yes.
You theoretically roll an invisible dice. And imagine the number.
No, my dice for Tishka is the one that looks like cornbread.
Apt.
That's
Yeah,
an
I've got to have
interesting
themed
design
dice.
for a dice.
So Esseltier has failed a death saving throw. The rest of them have passed a death saving throw.
It's fine.
And that'll bring us to Niss.
I run in and check on the wizards after seeing the.
As you look over the
Yeah.
over the edge of the wagon, you see they're all at the bottom there, and they're convulsing as you see spark
I
like
give
lit-
help
like
potions to as many as I can. I think
Can I do
it's just
one?
one.
So who are you giving a health potion to?
Well, can I see that Azaltia is the worst? Probably not. Then I'd probably
Pick
give
your favorite, Lydia.
it to. Yeah, I know. The half orc.
Okay. So
Durvak.
Durvak, sorry, is back. Durvak is alive. But
Durvak
I say
back.
help. Help if you can heal. Help.
Wakes up. "Oh, what? There's nothing I can do. And would you like to do anything else with your turn? Because that was your
Glare.
action.
Glare at the DM.
Tae'la!
Okay.
Oh, can I scream out, help! They're dying!
Yes, you can.
Okay, then I will tear us back to the caravan. And I will see my favorite wizard Shino Aburami, and I will cast Healing Word on her.
Okay.
To stop her from dying, because
So
obviously I don't know that the other guy.
And Healing Word just a bonus action, so you could.
It is a bonus action. So hang on, let's see. Where is it? I've lost it. I've got too many spells. Where the fuck is it? Where does it live?
It only hit one of the caravans as well, right? And all the wizards were in one.
Yeah, all the wizards were in one. The back caravan was your caravan.
She's only
Yeah,
got a
so they're all in the front one.
But that's 8 points of 8 HP she gets back.
Wow, she's now on max health.
How far from here? Oh, cool! I can throw fire at this thing as well. So
Okay.
produce flame.
Mm-hmm.
Our spell attack is 21 to hit.
That will hit, yes.
Okay, and that's 2d8. Is 7 fire
7.
damage. And then I'm gonna just step slightly away from the caravan just in case of a repeat attack.
Mm-hmm.
And that's me.
Okay. That will bring us to Randel.
Okay. I will. Nope. Can't do that. Okay. I can't do that either. Okay, great. Spell slots. Need more spell slots. I guess I will be just using some more charges on my wand of magic missiles. Actually, no, I'll use my circular blasting. There we go. We'll use that instead.
Okay. Didn't you already use that? No, you cast.
I cast it. Yeah, I cast it. Yeah.
All right. Go for it.
While I had spell slots, I figured I might as well use them and then use the circular blasting for when I didn't. Like now. So make spell attacks with a +5 on this one. So it's 3 ranged spell attacks for each ray. No, sorry. Yes, there's 3 rays, and I make a ranged spell attack for each one.
Yes.
All against the.
Don't worry.
All against the Bahir.
Okay.
So that is a 2. So that's 7 for the first one. That's going to miss. That is a natural 20 on the second one.
Mm-hmm.
And a 5 on the third one. So I hit once, but it is a. So that's 2d6 fire damage. So that becomes 4d6 fire damage. Okay. 13 points of fire damage.
Okay. So as you concentrate on the circlet, the small gem in the center of it glows for a moment before blasting out 3 rays towards the target. 2 of them streak off into the distance, slamming against rock walls. But the one of them hits the center of the creature around where you'd imagine your solar plexus was, and you see it just heats up that area. And as the beam fades, the scales on that area have just turned black, and some of them fall off as the skin underneath is just crisp. Now it is its go. Does it get its breath weapon?
Save first, because I imagine it happens on its turn.
What's the text
16.
say? Pardon?
Oh, it's
What's
for
the
the
text?
Guardian of Faith.
I know. What's the text say? The spell.
Oh, if it makes it save, it takes 10 points of damage. If it doesn't,
Yeah, I know.
Spell safe.
No, I mean, what does it say in regards to when it takes, like, what causes it to take damage?
I was like, what?
What's it called?
When it moves into the space, when it moves into a space within 10 feet of it.
Is it moves or starts its? Does it say moves or starts its turn in? What's the spell called?
Guardian of Faith. It just says moves into.
Guardian of Faith.
Any creature hostile to you that moves into a space within 10 feet of the Guardian for the first time on a turn must succeed on a dexterity saving throw. The creature takes 20 radiant damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one.
Okay.
It vanishes after 60.
I'm going to say that if it starts its turn, it takes damage as well. So I'm going to make the save, and it's a dex save. Did you say?
Yeah, dex to beat 16.
22.
Yeah, so it takes 10 points.
All right, 10 points of damage. Okay, so now I can roll for its breath weapon, which it does not get back. That's unfortunate. But now it's going to move round to the side here and is going to try and wrap its tail around you, Adara, and while it's doing that, it is trying to bite at you, Wulfric. So we're going to do against you, Wulfric.
Mm-hmm.
And that is going to be a 24.
Hits.
All right. So you take... Wow, that's a lot of dice. I forget that you guys are actually starting to get to a high level now, and things actually do damage.
I don't think we'll ever get there.
So you take 25 points of piercing damage as it chomps down on you, and then it's going to constrict you as well. And that is going to be a 27 to hit.
What, me still?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So from that one, don't worry about that one. You only take a measly 16 points of damage.
Oh, oddly.
And you are grappled.
Damn it.
As it wraps its tail around you and sort of coils the entirety of its form around you. Now it is your go. So you are grappled.
Yep.
Oh, is it not doing the thing to me?
No. It decided after it tasted Wulfric flesh to
Sure.
wrap itself around Wulfric flesh.
Okay.
Again, you're changing my idea for my entire turn right before I take my turn. How do we get out of the grapple? And also...
You make a grapple check.
Yeah. Also, do I see any of the wizards? They're all
do not see any
inside.
of the wizards, no, but you did hear Lydia, Niss. Who's Lydia? You did hear Niss scream out.
No, I just needed to know whether I could see them. That was more
No,
important.
you can't see them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll just
one angle that you can't see them.
I'll do the grapple check then, just to try and get out.
Okay.
So that's strength.
It's a athletics check for you.
Athletics, right?
So,
yeah. Not bad. That's going to be a 14. So I imagine.
Fortunately, not enough. As you try and struggle free, it continues its grip around you, and that'll be your action.
Damn it.
Would you like to do anything with your bonus?
Yeah, but the thing I wanted to do, I can't do because I can't fucking see them. What is balls? I know some things that are bonuses, but I don't know what. Yeah, you know what? Spiritual weapon on top of it, just so that I can do something to it at least this round.
There you go. As a spiritual weapon.
Yeah.
Make that spell attack.
Well, that's a natural 20, so I can hit with it, but I can't get out of it. Right. Also, I don't think Divine Strike works with.
No. When you hit with a melee attack.
Yeah. Okay, so that's 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage. So, as you struggling to help you summon forth your spiritual weapon, as the longsword appears, it strikes down into the creature. Unfortunately, not seeming to do that much to this behemoth of a creature. But now it is the turn of the big furry guys. And once again, the three on the right are going to throw spears at javelins at you, Adara.
Yep.
The first one is an 8.
Nope.
The second one is a 10.
Nope.
And the third one is a 16.
Nope.
So that one missed. And then against you, Tae'la with the... No, against you, Wulfric. That's a 16. So, all of the javelins from these creatures unfortunately miss, and it is Julian's go.
Helping Adara / distracting the creature.
Yeah, the beer. And it's your then, Adara.
Cool.
Kill it. Kill it.
Yeah. I think we'll just
Kill it.
continue to stab it. Because why not?
Okay, make your attacks.
Cool. Yep. Do I get advantage again?
You get advantage on the first one again.
On the first one? Okay. I've just rolled a natural 20 on the first one, so that's fine.
Right? No.
Have you got Lydia's dice? This
No,
week?
these are the
Have you
the
swapped
blue
dice or
ones that
something?
these are my blue ones that I did in the box the other week. They're good. That was a 19 to hit on the second one.
Unfortunately, the second one will miss.
Okay. So the first one is a 5, 10, 14. Maths is hard. 17 points of damage.
17 points of damage.
Yep.
Okay. So, as you once again strike into this target with a mighty blow, you bring the blade round for a second hit, but it bounces off the creature's scales this time. The angle is just wrong, and you're unable to catch it with that one. But at the top of the round, it is Niss again.
Health potion to the next person.
Oh, my bad. I need to do the saving throw. Death saving throws. Okay. SLT fails another one.
Durbak said he can't help, right? He
Yes.
can't.
I mean, you
I'm
can give
actually-
him a potion, but it doesn't have any healing spells.
Good. That was a plan earlier that to give it to SLT because I remember that he has some form of knowledge about druidic magic, and that's the type of healing magic I know. So
Is it?
I know that Tae'la has healed people.
Oh, right.
So
I thought you meant that you knew druidic magic.
what?
I was like,
No.
no.
But who's still there? Tishka and SLT?
Tishka and SLT are the
And
two
I know
left.
Tishka is illusion, SLT is druid stuff. So hoping that.
SLT is languages.
Oh yeah, the druidic.
Yeah, I think it's because I spoke to him in Druidic, being like, "Oh, do you know this language, you dickhead?" And he did.
I really don't pay attention much to the magical finesse, so my association is druidic and.
See, all I've got down in here is posh elf twat. So that's my notes.
So
on it.
that's the one that can fail his death saves.
Yeah, that's
Right.
what I was
Yeah.
quite excited about.
That's the one that's failed too.
Good.
Yes.
I don't know that
That's
though,
fine.
but I had that plan before he failed. So
Okay.
it's
So you're
Altia,
giving.
hoping
giving
that
us-
he can heal the rest.
Okay. SLT wakes up groggily and says, "What on earth is going
Can you
on?"
help?
No.
Punch you. Just
Nope. All right, out you go. Fuck you. You're not useful. Where's the next one?
I'm a wizard.
Oh,
You have.
sorry.
Sorry.
There's a person out.
I can maybe do something.
Is there a cliff nearby we can throw him off?
There's plenty
Oh,
of cliffs
he
nearby. You're in
slipped
a mountain.
and fell.
Can I hand him another health potion to
You
give
can
to
hand
the?
him a health
Good,
potion.
I will do that. Then, help make yourself useful.
And that brings us to Tae'la.
Okay, so there's only one wizard down now, right?
Yes, only one wizard down.
Healing word.
Okay.
Where's it? Oh wait, I just had it.
So Tishka is back up
With 6
at
HP.
max health. Oh no, you overhealed Tishka. I
For some
apologize.
reason.
Tishka has 3 HP.
Jesus Christ, these people made of paper.
He's 700 years old.
So yes.
Very old
Practically, yes.
And then I am going to I close the book because I'm an idiot.
For some reason, I thought you had left the caravan.
Bye. I'm going. Goodbye. No, I'm going to.
You're
Awesome.
up next, by the way.
I am going to cast a wind wall, and I'm going to put it here in front of the javelin throwers.
Okay. The wind wall down there.
It can be 50 feet long and 15 feet high. Hang on, how high is that cliff?
That cliff is way more than that. That cliff is like 60 feet up.
Shit. Could I put it like in front of them on top of the cliff?
Yeah, if you can reach that far.
Yeah, it's got a range of 120 feet, so I've got.
Wait, didn't you cast Healing Word?
That's a bonus.
But you can't cast a
cast a
full
proper spell,
spell,
can you? Shit!
If you cast it.
All
Full spell's a
right.
bonus action.
Cantrip time. I'm gonna throw some more fire at the here.
But the answer is, if you're in range, yes, you could have put it on top.
I'll remember that for next time.
Okay.
Ooh, oh god, for fuck's sake, me. That's a big 6.
That's a miss.
No, hang on. I rolled damage because I forgot you have to roll an attack. Sorry. 21.
That's a hit.
So that's a big 6 damage.
Oh boy.
Big old 6.
Randel, it's your go.
Okay, so those 3 dudes up the top are on a cliff, right? And the cliff's like, what, 60 feet up?
60, 70 feet up, yeah.
Ugh, okay.
Yeah, a long way away.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to move further around to this side. Okay. Let's use some more charges on my wand. I've got 7 charges left of the 10 that I started with. So let's use. Is each charge is 3 darts, right? Or is it? I forget exactly how it works.
No, each charge is a spell level. The first spell level is 3 darts.
Right. So if I use 2 charges, that's 4 darts.
Yes, and the I don't know how you have 7 remaining out of 10 because Wand of Magic Missiles only has 7 charges as a maximum.
Oh, well, I've got 7 written down, so I guess I've got 7 charges.
Use some charges last time though. If you've got 7 out of 10, you use 3, so you've got 4 charges left.
Okay. Okay. So if I use 2 charges, that'll be 4d4, right?
That's correct, yes. Because the first charge is obviously the 3, and then it's 1 per spell level.
So that's 1 charge, that's 2 charges, that's 3 charges. So I'm going to use 3 charges.
Okay.
Actually, fuck it. Let's use the... No, because if it goes to 1...
If it goes to 0, it has a chance to break.
Yeah, so I'll leave 1 on there. And I'll just use... so I had 4 charges, so that's 1, 2, 3 charges. Okay. Oh, freaking D4s. 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13 points of force damage.
Okay, and what are you firing this against?
The Behir.
The Behir. Okay. So as your dart striking to the side of this creature, you see it's beginning to look very ragged at this point in time. It's breathing heavily, has multiple cuts along its side from where Adara has just been wailing on it. And it's starting to look a bit worn down. So if this was Monster Hunter, it'd be limping. Which brings us to its go.
Did anybody paintball it yet?
Yes. And it gets its breath weapon back.
Yay!
So it is going to move...
Happy, joy, happy, joy.
To the side here.
With me still grappled, do I get moved along with it?
Yes.
Right.
Your spiritual weapon does not, though.
Does it get an attack of opportunity? That doesn't, does it?
No. And then it is just going to blast everything in that big old line there with lightning. So I would like Wulfric, Adara, Niss, Tae'la, and the wizards to make dexterity saving.
Evasion, please save me.
Do I have to though? Can I not just not?
I mean, you can not,
I mean,
but
if
that
you
means
not,
you
but
take
then-
all the damage.
Yeah,
Like,
then you just say full damage, so... I mean, it's in your interests to make the save.
Yes.
Could I technically Misty Step out of the way?
No, it's not a reaction, it's a bonus action.
Fair enough. Oh, that'll be fine, I hope.
All of the wizards fail, not that it matters.
I was gonna say, can I hellish rebuke it then? Oh no, that's
Is it when you take damage or when you get hit by an attack?
Oh, hang on.
I think it's when you get hit by an attack, isn't it?
I don't know.
It just says cast Hellish Rebuke, so let me look up Hellish Rebuke really quick. But
One
yeah,
reaction which you
When
take
you
when
take
someone's being
damage.
damaged by
Yeah,
a
so
creature
you-
within 60 feet.
Right.
So you
see.
can Hellish Rebuke. Okay, so what did you get, Niss?
I rolled a 17, so
Okay.
it's a dex save, right?
Yes. like
That's
a billion.
25.
You got a 10, Tae'la. Wulfric?
I'm just gonna use the helmet.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's a smart idea.
Screw it.
Okay.
Thinking with my head.
King. Yeah. Adara? Got 5. Okay. You'd be pleased to know that 3 out of 4 wizards failed. 2 of them had natural ones.
Ooh.
Ooh. And Cheeshkarf automatically fails 2 death saving throws.
Oh, shit.
Right.
Because he was already unconscious.
Wait, no.
No? I bring
Healing. Yeah.
all
healing
the
worded
wizards
him up.
were up, yeah.
That's true, yeah. Yep, the healing worded him up. I remember that.
does it matter though with how much damage they're gonna take? They're all gonna die, right?
I don't do massive damage rolls because they suck.
And do death saves reset when you go down
Yes,
again?
Yes, they do, yes.
So that's the clinch.
Okay, so all of the wizards go down. I don't even need to roll damage for them. But for the rest of you, Wulfric, you take 0.
Me too, right?
What?
With evasion, I do that too?
Yeah, you don't take any damage out of it. So, Wulfric doesn't take any damage because some idiot gave him a really good magic item.
I haven't taken any damage from either of its breath weapons now. With 2 different things.
Yeah.
I'm a
Alright.
slippery so-and-so.
Oh, we can laugh while we watch everyone we love die.
I brought someone
Randall's
back.
mum's not here, so it's fine.
I brought one person back. I can maybe do it again.
So, Adara, Tae'la, you both take 87 points of damage.
You hear a very quiet, oh fuck, before zap, and I go flying and land unconscious.
So, as the lightning just passes through your head, Wulfric, you're there constricted, just like, haha, as the lightning just goes through your head and you just do not care as your helmet glows slightly. You see behind you, just lifted off their feet and thrown to the ground, air sparking around them, the smell of strange ozone burning. Tae'la is just hurled to the ground. How are you looking at Adara?
Oh yeah, no, I've only got 81 health to begin with.
All right, so as well as
Like-
that, next to you, Adara just flops to the ground.
Okay. Well, she's not
of course
enlarged
I'm-
anymore either.
I'm mostly metal at this point, so that's disgusting.
The lightning rod.
I am indeed.
So, that was that. Yeah, Wulfric, it's your go.
Right, freedom of movement. I'm getting out of this grapple one way or another.
Oh, my bad, actually. Sorry. You were still grappled at the start of the turn, weren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Let me just make an athletics check for me, please.
Okay. That's going to be 21.
23. And so, the creature swallows you.
Damn it!
So you are blinded and restrained.
Well,
So that will bring it to Yogo. You are blinded and restrained.
well, now I cast freedom of movement, which means I can get out of being restrained. If
Okay.
yeah. And I can't be restrained again or paralyzed for another hour. And if I do get grappled, it's just 5 feet of movement, and I'm no longer grappled.
Okay, but you're still inside the behemoth.
Without being restrained, yeah, I'm still inside it.
You're magically unrestrained,
Right. Okay.
but you're currently in this creature's gullet.
Right. So that's an action. It's gonna be more than a bonus to try and get my way out of it, isn't it? Well, in that
You're
case,
gonna have
it's
to do that the old-fashioned way.
okay. Well, then, spiritual weapon is gonna try and help cut me out from the other side.
Okay. You realize that does radiant damage, right? Doesn't make any marks.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like I'm a bit more panicked to really focus on that right now.
Attack it.
I'm currently swallowed.
It's fine. It's fine. Go for it.
It's going to be a 19. Yeah, 19.
19.
Mm-hmm.
That does hit. Yep.
Oh.
Okay.
That was better than last time. 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. Ooh. Okay, and that will bring us to these guys. So, seeing the people being downed and the fact that one of them has just disappeared, the 3 on the right are going to attack you instead, Randel.
Okay.
But they have disadvantage.
I doubt that's going to make much difference.
Well, not when I roll a 17 and 18 on the first attack. So
Nope.
that's a...
So that hits.
1. The second one is a 10.
No, that doesn't hit.
And the third one is an 8.
That also does not hit.
So only the first one hits.
Mm-hmm.
And you take 6 points of damage. 6 points of piercing damage as javelin stabs into you. And the one on the left is going to throw a javelin at you, Niss. And that's a 12. So as you dodge out the way the javelin lands where you just stood a moment ago. And that brings us to Julian.
They can't give disadvantage to anything, right? We talked about that before.
Mm-hmm.
Tries to distract the thing, but I'm not entirely sure for whom.
For you, I
Well,
guess?
it's either you or me at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, for Randel, because I'm...
But I'm not going to be making any kind of... well, I don't know if I'm going to be making any kind of ranged or melee attacks against it, so you might want to just do it for yourself.
Yeah, I'm not going to attack it. I need to try and have the health potions in the bag of holding.
Well, it lasts a turn, so...
Well, it's up to you.
Yeah. For Randel. I don't
Okay.
know.
So now it's
don't.
Adara's go, so I'd like you to make a death saving throw, please.
Yep. It's a natural 1.
So you failed 2 death saves?
2 death saves.
Okay. Niss, it's your go.
And the problem is I don't know that. So I'm healing Tae'la because she has the healing magic.
And she's closer.
And she's, well, no, I'm pretty much in the center, but still.
I wasn't
Tae'la.
looking at the map, I just made a wild guess.
Yeah. Health
It's like that
potions.
scene from A Bug's Life with the electric lamp. Sad. Don't go into the light, but it's so beautiful.
You heal 6 points.
Ow. Thank you.
So,
Alright,
as
very
Tae'la
much.
wakes up, and it is her go, we're going to take a quick break. Because I really need the toilet, to be frank.
Can I still be Jamie?
You can.
Classic.
I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, welcome back to this
Slaughterhouse.
This wholly unexpected mess. So as we carry on, just a note: I forgot to roll death saving throws for wizards, and they all failed their death saving throws. So,
Yay.
it's now your go, Tae'la.
Okay, so I am on 6 HP, on the ground. I will be able to see a Dara on the floor, right, from where I am.
Yeah. I see
Alright.
like an ironclad boot.
Oh shit,
sticking
that's
out.
it's not the place where it should be. Healing word from the floor.
So,
Hang on.
power
Yeah.
of don't die compels you.
7 HP.
How many? 7?
7. You're
Yeah,
up.
all right.
You're not dead.
Understanding. Yeah,
That's 7 more than you had before.
it is. Let me do it on this one.
So I can remove
Hey, there you go.
the X's.
And then
Can you feed someone a potion as that, or is that?
yeah,
it's an
yeah,
action.
it was an action, but that was a bonus action for healing word. So I get up and I find the worst looking wizard, like damage wise, not actual face wise. And I will shove a potion in its face.
Okay. Which one? They all look equally frazzled. They're all convulsing in a post-conscious fit.
My favourite one, Shino.
Okay.
I've forgotten what their actual name is. I'm really
Zalent.
sorry.
Yeah,
Zalent.
Zalent interact.
Zalent. But
Soylent, yeah.
they get 7.
Soylent.
Zalent greens his people. That's 7.
7's
Okay.
my magic number tonight, apparently.
So they're back at max health.
Goodbye, potion.
It's a wizard, man.
Yeah.
It's a
bye-bye.
non-adventuring wizard.
And then do you know what? I'm not going to stand next to Niss. I'm going to move. And I'm not going to click OBS to move, because why would I do that? Silly.
Wise decision.
Fuck.
Just so you're aware, Randel, you're up next.
Mm.
Oh, hang on though. It's half movement, right? Or do you just... How much?
It's 15 feet to stand.
15. Okay, so I have 20, but I moved the caravans for 5, 10... Oh, fuck. No, I don't move then. I stay where I am, because I don't have much movement left.
Okay. Default base rules, it's half your movement, but
Yeah.
I have changed it to 15 feet, so, which is half normal people's movement.
Gotcha.
All right. That brings us to Randall.
Okay, so this is either going to go really well or really badly. I'm not sure which, but at this point, I don't see that it's going to make that much difference. So I would like to cast Polymorph on the Behir.
Okay.
The Behir needs to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
And I've accidentally opened Spotify because I'm a dickhead. And you need to be 17.
17
Yes.
gets a 16.
Ah, sweet. The
So
robes
what
pay
is-
off.
What
I would like.
is the-
I would like to do the classic, turning it into sheep.
So you just hear, like, the creature is bellowing and you just hear, bat.
Yep.
Here's the thing, though.
Yep.
Wulfric's inside it right now.
I know. That's why I thought it might help get him out of it.
So, as the creature shrinks down to the size,
Oh god.
Wulfric doesn't shrink with it. So, as the creature shrinks, Wulfric just splits out of the creature's bits everywhere, and then the creature reforms with Wulfric on the outside, on the ground.
There
And
we
the
go.
creature is reformed
He's
into
out.
its maximum size.
Here we got Wulfric out of the Behir.
Yep.
Wulfric,
That was my aim, was to get him out of there.
I mean-
Yeah.
You are covered in the following: bile,
Mm-hmm.
bits of the previous prey of the creature,
Mm-hmm.
sheep's blood somehow. You're not quite sure how, considering you were inside it at the time.
I imagine. Did
And-
I get a very brief glimpse of sheep as it happened?
You heard,
Like, did I just
That?
hear "Meh," wall?
Yeah.
and
Yeah. It was black wool.
You're covered in black wool.
Yeah.
Sweet.
You look like you've just been tarred and feathered.
Yeah. Goth sheep.
Sweet.
So there we go. You're out. which is what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And that brings us now to the Bahia. Does it get its breath weapon back?
Please God no. Please God no.
It does.
Oh.
So it's just gonna blast it right down here.
Wait, so it's aiming
That's-
for the people that have been avoiding it the whole time so far.
Yeah, but also hits.
So glad I'm stood over here.
But isn't going to hit the wizards this time. Just thank you. So
Please evasion, don't fail me.
Tae'la, Wulfric, and Niss.
I'm not even gonna
Well-
roll because
Natural
even if I
20.
did make
I'm not
it, I'm
fucking kidding.
down. I'm just down. I see it coming, I just lay down and ready for it.
Well, I'm just holding out.
Just immediately
Laura
just put
takes
yourself
the shield.
in recovery position.
I get in recovery position.
Just
You
roll
got a
it.
natural 20, I got a natural 19.
Okay.
This breath weapon doesn't want to hit us.
And Adara, you're going to be in that as well.
Oh, I am? Okay. Alrighty. So dex
to-
save? Oh, it doesn't matter. It
You-
Yeah, it
toes it.
really doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm
How
just
is this
gonna...
not going to hit the wizards? Like,
Because the cart has fallen
Don't.
over to the side. It's just out of the way.
Just gonna open my arms and embrace it at this point.
Look,
Yep.
diagonals on a square grid, very confusing. And that will bring us. So both. I'm not even going to bother rolling damage because both of the people that would get knocked out by this have been knocked out by this, and the two people that didn't get knocked out by this both made their I don't take any damage saving throws. So, yeah,
It's funny how life works sometimes.
Wulfric, it's your go.
Keep getting cocky, Jamie. We'll see what happens next time.
Well, if you're gonna be like that. Disengage with my action, move up to the cart. Will I be able to position myself so that I can see into it and everyone else?
Yes, you can stand on top of it.
Cool. Mass healing word up to 6
Okay.
people. Anyone who's down, basically.
All 6 people who are down, you're like, "Ah."
hmm
So these small rays of light appear on their bodies as you just pull them back into consciousness, the whole
Yeah.
light filling them up.
That is gone forever.
You speak the word live.
For 7 points. Everyone gets 7 points.
Okay, you just healed all of the wizards to max health.
I'm gonna need to see a neurosurgeon after this. This many
You and-
concussions.
You and me
awesome.
both, sweet.
Taylor Lichtenberg is now your new name.
Fitting.
All right, and that will bring us to the guys on the roof,
Oh,
the-
motherfucker.
cliffs. So 3 of them are gonna throw at you, Adara, being like, "Why is she not dead yet?"
Yep.
So that is going to be a 22,
Yeah, it hits.
and then that's going to be a 6,
No.
and then that's going to be a 21.
Yeah.
All right.
Alright, bring it. What we got?
And then against Eunice, that's going to be a 10. So, well,
Yep.
2 against you,
Yep.
Adara. Oh, okay. In total, that's going to be 12 points of damage.
Yeah, straight back down again.
So as the 2 spears dig into you and you just flop unconscious again. Yep.
do you not automatically fail one save because one hits you, takes you down to 0, and then the other one hits you while you're down?
No.
Is that not how that works?
The first one did less damage.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, I would have said.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
The first one did 4 points of damage.
Okay.
Gotcha. Right, okay, so I'm just
Yeah,
back down.
my brain was automatically just splitting that 12 into 2 6s
Yeah, yeah.
because
the first one was.
just
Yeah.
stupid brain. Okay,
I have my dice color coded and everything.
Yeah,
So
let's go.
yeah,
Alright.
I could do it shorthand, but I don't need to tell you what each individual bit means. All right, that brings us to Julian. It was amazing through all of these gigantic beams of lightning, being fine.
Is that just because
Good
you
job,
forgot,
Julie.
or?
No, just because they're stood in the wrong direction.
Or the right direction, depending.
Well, it's literally the right. So
Julian's going to give me advantage because now I'm like,
let's just get this over with.
yeah.
All right.
The wizards are up. I don't think I
Yep.
can see Adara, and I can't do anything. So
Yeah. Which brings us, speaking of Adara, to Adara.
Death save?
don't roll a 1. Fucking dare.
No
Please.
pressure.
Roll
No
a
pressure.
one. Roll a one.
Don't, because you don't fucking jinx it.
I will come to Wales.
Oh,
if
I
you
hate you. I hate you. Why have you jinxed it?
Really?
Yes.
Well,
do. Well, now I have to come to Wales to kick your ass
Because-
personally.
Because now I am a wizard.
All right. It is the wizards go, and they can't do anything. So,
Okay.
And that brings us to Niss.
This is going to attack the thing. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
With advantage because Julian. And I'm using the last charge I have on the bow.
Oh, yeah, I forgot you had a charge left on that.
No, I knew I had one, but I knew it was only one, and then I
Oh.
had to run around doing damage control for the last 5 rounds. So I hate you, but also yes. 25.
I did Benny Hill into the trooper. 25 does hit.
So, and that's sneak attack because advantage. Bloody hell.
Yeah.
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 That is 6. It was 27, but never mind. That is
Let's just
5, 6,
sit back and relax as Niss goes into full drive.
16, 18. That's 2 6s on the radiant.
Damn.
18. That's 20. That's 30. 32.
32?
Yeah.
Is that including the sneak attack damage?
Yeah.
Oh, you rolled pretty low on that.
But
How do you want to do this?
I mean, that's appreciated. Thank you very much, Stuart. I
What's
would.
not the problem? Good man. Please continue.
I would want to strike it where the charred scales are and have the light eating it from the inside, and just as it dies, I want to hear in the distance a scared, sad little
My God.
So as the arrow sinks into the creature, you see as the light begins to spread out of it, the radiant taking it to its final resting place. But as the creature rears back, screeching out in despair as it feels its life force being eaten away from it, it opens its mouth and for the last note of its life just goes bah, before it slams dead to the ground. A small piece of black wool just out of its mouth as the tongue lolls out and it sits dead. And as that happens, you hear the creatures on top go, "Lads, looks like this hunt's getting away. Fall back." That would bring us to Tae'la.
I like very weakly from behind the caravan. Yeah, you better run. And then I cast healing word again on Dara. Get her up so she's not dead, and that is a big 6 HP.
Better than what I had. That's fine.
And then I'm just gonna hide behind the caravan where they can't throw javelins at me.
Okay. And that will bring us to Randel.
Okay, is this a pathway up the side here?
No.
Up here?
No, that's
Is
just
there-
a failing of the map.
Okay, is there any way for me to actually, like, get up there other than climbing?
Other than climbing there, no. It's like a ridge.
Right, okay, and it's 60 feet up?
60 to 70, yeah. Depending on where you are.
Okay. If I get to here, will I be able to reach this dude? If I've got a 60 feet casting?
Like,
Probably not, right?
so this here, yeah, is the edge of the ridge. It's not like a slope. It's a cliff.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it's just the map doesn't show it like that because this is a pre-made map. Because I struggled to make a mountain map.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just hold my action then until a time that it looks like they might be trying to attack. And I'll hold what have I got left? Not very much. An ice spike, ice knife. I'll hold an ice knife until a time that they look like they're going to attack, and then I'll do that.
Which brings us to Wulfric.
Right. Could I pick up one of their javelins and just launch it back at this point?
Pull it out of Adara.
Yeah. Okay, that's it's a 7, but I'm gonna what is it?
You have disadvantage on this roll, by the way, because of the distance. Right. So the range increment is 30/120. So you're in 120, but
right. Oh wait, no, that was without my bonus. It was a 7. So with a 7, what would it be for a javelin?
Javelin is strength.
Right.
It's
a same as with my same as my spear then. So that
same as your spear, yeah.
So that would have been a 14. And I'm going to use guided strike to make that a +10.
Okay. Did you roll a disadvantage?
20. Yeah. Okay. I got higher the second time round. So.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
So that'd make it a 24 to hit.
Yeah, that definitely hits. Yeah.
Okay. And I'm going to use my divine strike on this as well, just to add an extra D8.
Divine strike, any attack or a melee attack?
I thought it was just weapon attack. I'll give it a quick check. Sorry. Pretty sure it's weapon attack. Yeah, weapon strikes. When you hit a creature with a weapon attack.
Yeah, okay, so you can divine strike this. Go for it. Which one are you doing it against?
This one up on this ridge.
Okay. Yeah, I see which one. The one on the left. Yep.
Yeah. So that's gonna be.
It's a D6, remember, for the Jeff.
Yeah. So that's 10 from that, and then 3 from the divine strike.
Okay.
So 13 points altogether.
13 points. Okay.
I'm gonna use my war priest to do it again, but I won't get divine strike on that.
Yeah. Okay. The disadvantage again, remember?
Yep. So that's 23.
That will hit, yes.
So that's just going to be the javelin
D6
damage.
plus strength.
6 points.
6 points of damage. Okay, so
same.
As you hurl the second javelin up, you see the figure just slumps to the ground up there. The blade, the long javelin sticking out of its back.
I feel a little bit more satisfied now.
Okay. Just need to note that down. All right. That will bring us to their go, and they are all just going to run as far as they can away. So you see as the figures disappear and vanish away from the edge of the ridge, they are gone from your sight.
Niss starts laughing maniacally.
Okay.
Just probably.
Just because?
Yeah, probably falls just down, leaning against the caravan next to Tae'la. Her alive.
Just.
Yeah. Is anyone currently unconscious?
No.
Everyone's up.
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna spend the next 10 minutes doing a prayer of healing then with my last 2nd level.
Okay. I was gonna suggest that maybe we just take a long rest.
It's like
I'm pretty spent.
It's been less than 8 hours since your last long rest, so you can't take a long rest.
And we're in a position where they can easily just attack us again.
We need to
Okay.
find some
I
form
feel
of
like
shelter.
we've scared them off for now.
Okay.
Okay, so prayer of healing. So that's gonna be everyone gets 15
15
on top of if we take a rest, but if not, we at least get 15.
I'm in double digits again. I forgot that felt like.
So, the wizards, they get out of the caravan and they're talking amongst themselves. They all look very shaken and very scared about what's just happened. But you see Tishkar is slowly patting him on the back, and soon they've magically righted the wagon, patched up the hole on the side. And Zelen comes over to you and is like, "That was fun." Death is exhilarating.
Oh yeah. Nothing quite like it. It's
Do you want to dissect the whatever that is?
What is it?
That's a Bahir.
Right. That is what Julian mentioned, as well as a dragon having this thing to make the armor. He did say a Bahir as well, right?
Jermaine.
I'm not.
Jermaine, not Julian.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Did I say Julian?
You did.
Sorry, I meant Jermaine.
The owl.
Yes, the owl.
You to this
With a little wing and a hammer.
Yeah. Yes, this is what Jermaine was talking about.
Right. Well, in that case, I'm gonna want to have a look, or at least get someone to help me try and find this bit, so that we can get that on the go.
Ready the adventurer's lockpick just in case the hide is thick. And
Okay. I would like you.
I'm gonna let someone who is better at that sort of thing do it.
Okay.
So, I mean, even if we can get
Bastion.
Zelen maybe, because of the skills that she showed off last time.
Okay. But you owe me one.
we just
That's a little ominous.
no. Also, we're the reason you're
Die.
alive.
Like your left femur.
You're not going to use it.
I
if
brought
die.
you back. I mean, I feel like quite a few of us did. So
Your left femur.
Yeah, let's ask someone else.
yeah, Niss.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
you can have mine. I don't want it when
Yeah.
I die. You have my left
Yeah,
leg.
same here.
Can I have your left humerus instead?
You can have all of it. I'm not using it if I die.
Thanks. She shuffles over to the beast and just,
I made
with
a
quick
new
as
friend.
lightning, just slices the side open and just takes out and perfectly takes the lightning glands out. Just puts them to the side. It's like, there you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Shame
Any-
I won't get your leg. It's a nice leg.
Thank you. I will take that as a compliment. I do have two though. So like, why is one better than the other? I'm just very confused.
Is there anything else we can take from that thing? Is there anything useful? Do we know?
So,
Take all the
Do the
bits.
scales look, like they?
They're very shiny. They're of sort of a slightly palish, slightly dirtish coloured blue.
Can I
but
try
they
and
are-
harvest some of it?
You can, yeah. Make a survival check for me, because if you ask Selene, she just says that it's all useful in its own
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
I want to pop the scale off and just attach it to my belt somewhere.
Yeah, you can do that. It's easy enough to do.
13.
13. So you can manage to get a bit of stuff from this creature. You can get 9 of its teeth. You can get about a foot of hide, including the scales. In trying to get that off, you get 7 scales as well. And you also managed to get an eyeball, if you wish. Yeah.
Totes. Do you want me to put the
and
gland?
about 5 pounds of black wool if you choose as well.
Randel.
I don't want it.
I chuck the wool to Randel.
What am I going to do with this?
You made it.
I can't carry this.
5 pounds of wool. I'm putting it back into the. You actually want it?
We could make a jumper out of it when we get back to the vault.
I put it into
or a
the
scarf
bag
or something.
5 pounds. Yeah.
That's a lot of wool, by the way.
That's a lot of wool.
Yeah.
we could all have like a little scarf or something made.
Would you say
To
that?
commemorate our
Yes, sir.
fight.
Yes, sir. It's 3 bags full.
I would indeed.
Do you want me to put the gland into the thing as well?
Yeah, may as well.
Does it need cooling? Is there a danger of it rotting before we get back to Jermaine? Because we have a Heimel gem, but
Just put it next to the Heimel. It'll be okay. Wrap it up.
Yeah. I will do that and throw out the probably by now 3 pounds of rotten periton meat.
As you pull it out, it is...
Because they were next to the Heimel gem, but yeah.
It's sludge. It's not meat anymore. As you think about it and you pull it out, it like drips between your fingers and just pieces.
I didn't know meat to do this.
It's not been exposed to air for 6 months, but it's still it's just basically just right away.
I totally forgot we had that, you know?
Yeah. I didn't, but we also have the periton horns and feathers.
They were.
I don't think they'll be sludge, so I think that's fine.
I think those will
Yeah, they're
keep,
fine.
but we should probably be a bit more proactive about meats we store in our
And while I'm
inventories.
rummaging around in the bag of holding, pull out the an owlbear feather. Remember?
Oh, so long ago.
Yeah.
While this is all happening, I'm just milling around making sure that the wizards are okay as well. You know, just general well-being.
They're all very shaken up, very confused. There's not many words coming from most of them. Zelent seems to be the only one that is actually talking about the situation, and she's thrilled. She had 2 near-death experiences. It's perfect for her.
Well, shall we press on and hope that doesn't happen again?
As we do, I'm telling Zelent about the time I actually died.
She is absolutely fascinated. She's taking notes down in extreme detail with what you're pretty sure is blood instead of ink.
I fucking love this wizard.
In passing, I'm thinking, well, that brought someone back from the dead, but I don't say.
In a quiet moment, I want to go to Adara and give her one of the Behir teeth. And say, come to think of it, you weren't there when we dealt with the owlbear. You should have something too. You're part of this now. Somehow.
I mean, if you guys almost die a lot, maybe I'd be better going home. I'll be honest. I'm not a big fan of this almost dying thing. So yeah, I'll take the tooth, but that's not. Let's call that an initiation, and that be it, right?
Sure.
Please don't let me almost die again. Please.
Okay. I'll do my best.
So, as you collect yourselves together and continue on your journey up the mountain, the rest of the day passes very thankfully without incident. As you climb higher and higher, the air gets thinner, breathing is harder, you feel slightly lightheaded all the time. But eventually, you come to the peaks. And as you walk across, it is not long before you reach the edge of the Caldara. And staring down now into the plateau at the bottom, You can see the meeting grounds of the Assembly of Metal, the table. Scattered tents in vibrant colours dot a surprisingly grassy area considering the height. The whispering wind flickers through banners stuck upright, proudly displaying heraldry of country and college. Milling between this bright display are equally prismatic robed figures of all races and peoples. One would be forgiven for thinking this was a bard's fair, and not a gathering of the most powerful arcane organizations on the continent. Above all the clamour and the splendour sits a great arch, broken and suspended in the air by forces unknown, a spear of light sitting within, casting a steady glow across the proceedings. Below it, a small circle of standing stones. At the centre, a carved stone roundel sits.
Are there other people there now? Yes.
Yeah, you can see plenty of figures roaming around.
Am I jinxing it when I say, well, if we make it there, we're good?
You're on the edge of the Caldara now. It's just a case of getting down the path that's in front of you.
That's why I said, am I jinxing it if I say we're there now? So, I mean, what could happen on those
Start to make your way down and the world ends.
On the way, could I have been attempting to clean off some of this bile and...
Yeah, all you help with
prestidigitation.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Clear it up.
You just like stand there in a T-pose as you get cleaned up.
Turn around to the back.
Would you like it?
Magic car wash. So, as you make your way down the path, you are now in amongst all of these tents in that. And at this point, the wizards have gotten out of the carts and are sort of guiding the spectral horses along to where there's an empty patch. A small banneret is placed there already in the ground with the symbol of the House of Copperam on it. And
makes me wonder, we're this high up when it makes it slightly more difficult for us to breathe up here because of how high up we are. And yet this is a place where everyone's going to be doing a lot of talking. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
We can sit by the side and watch them get out of breath. Because you know how much they like to talk.
Seems a bit odd. Like, why not just have it lower down?
Well, you adapt to things after a while.
I feel like it's probably more a tradition thing than anything else.
I don't know. Traditions.
I turned to one of the wizards. Is this a special place? I mean, is there history to this? To this spot in particular?
Well, you see, little lady, the reasoning behind this has been generations. Back in the time of the ancients, this was the most holy sacred place for arcane magic. They say the god of magic themselves, Barkov, carved this place out specifically for the wizards of the world. It's been a special place ever since. It's one of the locuses of magic in the world, they say.
One of the what?
The locuses of magic, the loci. Gathering point of magic. Many of the elves, they disagree with this because they say the ley lines of the locus of magic. However, that's still out for debate. There ain't too much conclusive evidence on either side, especially with the Mahiri being added into the mix. You don't understand anything going on.
Side-eyeing him.
I didn't actually understand that. The accent is just... But I nod and... Yeah. Barkal, god of magic. Got it.
Gods of magic. Sure.
What's going to happen now, procedure-wise?
Well, I'll probably think there'll be much merriment tonight, but in the morning, that's when the real stuff will get down to dirty, you know?
Well, that probably means they're just going to be talking for hours on end.
I do believe that's the purpose of this, yes.
Yeah, and I imagine it'll probably be lots of talking and lots of arguing and lots of disagreements. Probably.
You have a very practiced eye on the words of diplomacy, Mr. Randel.
Yeah.
So if wizards disagree, I'm assuming there's just more talking?
Yeah.
Well,
you know how
anyone...
they like reading? You know how like reading? It's like that, really.
But regardless of that fact, there's a lot of good going to come out of this meeting.
You would hope so.
Yep. Seeing as we almost died and you almost died to get here, it better.
Yeah.
Listen, son, death is just a part of life. You gotta accept it when it comes.
Yeah. Okay.
You ain't do much but accepting it because you'll be dead.
That attitude would mean you could not say this right now. Cause...
Ma'am, I understand that you saved my life back there, and I'm very grateful for it, but that ain't the first time I come close to death, and it certainly won't be the last. I've said hi to the man in black many times before, and I don't intend to do it again for a while.
Good.
I mean,
that's the attitude.
Of course, it won't be the
That's
last.
the
I mean, that's weird. If you
for
if
a
that
while
was
is all
us.
I want. For a while is all I want. Right.
I understand your point of view, miss. You're young. You ain't had time to get that familiarity with the skillful hand before, but it'll come in time, and you'll learn to go with the flow.
Yeah, I'm sure. Flow, cool, lovely. Where's the food?
Do you happen to know why Dromir's not come with us?
I do, as he said before.
It was a bit vague. He just said he was going to the sanctuary and didn't really say much else.
Indeed, he's got a liaison with some other people to make sure that there's some interest here from extra-racial relations. You understand that most of the colleges are filled with humans, but they're not the only people who live on this continent, and he wanted to make sure they were represented as well. So he's going to talk to some of them. I do believe he'll be arriving later tonight.
All right.
Wasn't Sanctuary somewhere that you wanted to go, Randel?
Eventually, yeah. Eventually.
Maybe if we've not... Oh, no, we'll have to protect people on the way back. Never mind.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll get there eventually.
Eventually. I hope so.
If you don't mind, I'm going to have myself some pipe weed and myself a little drink. If you go inside the tent there's all sorts of snacks you can have. There's some bread and meats and cheese.
I'm gone the second he says
Probably
snacks,
in
I'm
there
gone.
already. I followed the nose. Right.
I'm probably still outside taking in all of the other cultures and so on.
There are a number of different tents outside. You see they appear to be arranged into about 6 clusters of colours. There's obviously the sort of teal green, sort of turquoise green of the House of Cubram. But across the way, you see the distinctive deep warm red and deep regal blue of the House of Wulfric. Off in the distance, and there are a few runesmiths wandering around that right now. You see there is one that has a white banner, which has a grey symbol on it, which looks fairly similar to a very stylized 4. Yeah, that's the right one. And the rest of the banner is covered in markings that you assume at this point, judging by you having looked at the spellbook earlier in the day, are draconic. As well, you see a cold blue banner. It features the symbol of the house, which is remarkably similar, though tilted in a different direction, to the symbol of the House of Cubram. And it is surrounded by a laurel wreath, and there is Gothic patterning on the border of the banner, and a short phrase in Draconic in it as well. As well, you see another banner which is bright blue, and it's a blue that you've seen before, and the magus outside it, you can see, are similar to the person you've encountered before. However, you do not see them among your ranks. They have big, foppish wizard hats on and bright blue robes, similar to Jameson, the merchant that you met back in Bracton. And the last one, their banner is prismatic. It shimmers between every color like a pearlescent shift. And it has the symbol of the house on it, which looks like a U positioned just above an O. And there is a single word in Draconic on it.
Right, after taking it all in, I'll follow everyone else inside before...
I was standing outside with you. I wasn't going inside.
Yeah. Wulfric just is like, just turns and leaves Randel without a word.
Bye.
No, I'll probably pat him on the shoulder at least as I go.
So, is there anything you'd like to do for the rest of the night?
I'd be sitting with Niss, and every like female magician or wizard or whatever that comes past, I'm like, do you think that's Wulfric's sister? Is that Wulfric's sister? Is that Wulfric's sister?
She looks too common. I'm sure she's got that wind blowing in the hair thing as well that he does.
Yeah.
Well,
does she have a beard too?
Do women there have beards? That's an interesting
This is
prospect.
weird. I
I
don't
don't
know.
think so.
well, since we're doing stuff for what we want to do for the rest of the night, yeah, I would have gone over to see her if she's arrived.
I would have Julian fly over to see maybe where Wulfric is going and where he's visiting his sister.
Okay. All right. So as you make your way over there, you see that the large tent of the House of Wulfric, their banner flutters above it. Despite the fact that you do not know what the words on the House of Wulfric banner say, directly from reading them, you know what they say because your sister told you before. There are 3 iron weights that hang at the bottom of the House of Wulfric banner, and they say humility, knowledge, hardship. And as you sort of make your way up to the tent, you just going inside?
If so long as no one stops me, yeah.
No one seems to stop you. There's no one outside. As you push yourself, you push the side open. You see the inside looks very similar to the inside of your tent. It is ravishly furnished, considering you're at the top of a mountain. There are chairs. There is a long sofa. There is a big table in the center of which there are papers scattered over it. There's a board full of meats and cheeses and a bottle of wine. And as you go in, there are a few room smiths in here. However, one at the back stands up to her full height. Just goes, I had a feeling you might be here. It's good to see you again, pup.
Well, there were no doubt you'd be here, you little overachiever.
Well, I did always say I'd get to the height I wanted to before you did.
Well, you'll have to respect me a little bit more now, since I'm actually older than you at this point.
I'm not going to ask how that happened. I'm sure that's a conversation for another time.
Mm-hmm.
And you see now as she stands up, she's grown a bit since you've seen her, because it's been over half a year at this point. She's wearing her hair back in a sort of loose ponytail. She is wearing the traditional furred robes you've seen of the house. They fit more like a greatcoat than a robe. They're in the thick, deep red fur with the deep red wool, with the fur collar around them. There's a heavy belt that she's wearing around her waist, tying these robes in place, with the face of what looks to be a form of giant on the front. And as always, by her side, since the moment she got into the college, is her thick, iron-banded staff. It's just sat on the table next to her.
I'll just walk over and it's good to see you. A lot has happened. Is there anything to drink? Because honestly, the things that I have seen since leaving home have
She gestures to the
thoroughly bizarre.
She gestures to the bottle on the table. She goes, "There's dwarven mushroom wine."
You're a star. And yeah, I'll just spend the rest of the night sort of not going into too much detail of anything in particular, but just more of the stuff that happened, like the liberation of Volt, just for whoever might be around. I'll save the plane travel for a more private conversation.
Gotcha. And as that's going on, and Julian is...
damn, he went into a tent.
Julian's sort of on top of the tent. A couple of hours pass as Wulfric is telling this story before the rest of you busy eating your fill of the magically brought food. Zelent actually pulls out the pack and takes the food out. A different pack to the one that she put the other stuff in.
Still gonna eat it.
Yeah, I'll still eat it. I mean, I'm not, picky, but...
You see the entrance to the tent is pushed aside, and Dromir steps in. Ah, I see you all made it here in one piece. Good to see you again.
Very.
Are you dousing us? Piece of cake.
He's wearing a very formal robe. It's different to normal. It's very light, very thin, and is held in place by a belt around his torso. And he's got his sword by the side, but he looks a lot more collected. He's shaved. His scarf is neatly around his neck instead of regularly thrown on. He looks like he's actually taking some care of himself. His hair is combed. It's like, yeah, well, I was worried one of you might kill a wizard on the way here. You know how they can be.
Oh, yeah, it came very, very close, but yeah.
I was tempted. Tempted at one point.
Randel, I'd have had to kill you. He just pats you.
Well, you would have had to have found me first.
I know where you are all the time. So, have we all had a good trip here?
No.
Fucking suck, dude.
In a word.
To be honest.
No.
Why was it quiet?
Well, I mean, like everyone nearly died.
No. Yeah, everyone nearly died at some point.
Sounds like
It
a
was
fun
fine.
time. I'm sorry I had to miss it.
Oh, well, it was exciting, yeah. We might have a
But if you
problem
knew
with the
that
mountain.
where I am at all times, you would have probably known that. So.
How
What's
was
this problem with the
Sanctuary?
Sanctuary was fine. We'll get to that in the morning, however.
Oh, okay. Just checking. So you had a good trip? Not too many splinters?
Productive. No splinters.
Good.
What's this about the mountain?
The orcs have been chased off or died off, and something's taken their place. Another tribe, something in control of massive blue, lightning-breathing beasts.
Oh yes, the Behirs are native to this region. I shouldn't worry about them.
No, under the control of fluffy dudes throwing javelins? Slightly more worrying, I'd say.
Oh, that sounds like a bugbear. Oh, that's nothing to worry about. Probably about half of those Behirs that they try and enslave will eat them.
Mm.
That's great news.
Your
Your
body
bodyguard
only
almost
takes
died,
one.
but that's okay. That's fine. Yeah, nothing to worry about.
I apologize if I seem slightly uninterested here, but you didn't die, and that's fine. I expected there to be some resistance. I expected there to be dangerous resistance.
No, we're just saying, they're if that's a whole tribe of them, there could be more.
Fortunately,
More of these Behirs are coming upon us, and excuse my draconic, we're fucked.
That's
not actually draconic, no.
Yes, that's halfling. But...
Actually.
But...
Oh, and we were attacked by some weird elf things that weren't elves, but maybe they were elves.
That was kind of my
fault.
fault.
That was
I
our
mean-
fault, though. We fucked with the forest. And if there's
Oh.
one thing we shouldn't fuck with, it's forests. That was.
Did I
Oh, no,
not-
we fucked with a lamp, not the forest.
Did you not ask the Arcanist about the forest?
Yep,
knew
they
all
gave
about
us
it.
no information whatsoever.
Well, to be fair, we asked them
after we'd murdered
we
things.
fucked
Oh,
the
no.
forest.
I took the banner to them, and they just kind of waved me off and went, go put that back.
Oh,
So-
yeah, that's...
We
You
could have
see,
been.
Durvac goes, actually, I told you exactly what the banner was doing, but that's neither here nor there.
You said it was flapping in the wind, but there was no wind.
Yes, no, I said, if you
It's
remember,
the forest remembering. He did.
it's the forest remembering
Right,
the
But-
battle that happened there.
but that doesn't mean anything to me. The forest remembers is not any information to me.
Perhaps if you'd asked about the forest, we could have told you.
Okay, next time I'll ask more questions. I'm sorry.
Drummer goes, that forest is one of the most important forests on the continent.
Can I ask why?
Yes,
Is now a good time to ask all the questions?
of course.
Because I did have lots of questions, but I really wanted to put the banner back to make sure that we were gonna not die.
See,
Can you tell me about the forest, please? Thanks. All the things I should have asked.
yes. As one of the larger forests on Talevyrr, the deep woods represents a gap between worlds. Break in the chain, as it were. Parts of that forest aren't fully in the real world, and parts of the other world aren't fully there. Arborea is the closest crossing point, but it's known the Beastlands and Ysgard to both also cross into that place. If you want to plane a door to any of those places, anything forest in the Outer Realms, Deepwoods is one of the places you might go. As such, much in there does not make sense. The forest is alive, and not in the usual sense of the word. It is alive in a magical sense. Usually this isn't a problem for travelers, if you don't touch anything. But I thought not telling you that would be rather... Well, telling you that, rather, would be to take all the fun out of it for you.
Yep.
Nearly
Useful.
died to weird half-dead elves.
You're
Yep.
adventurers. Dying is part of the course in your profession, really.
Oh, we're not
That's-
the heroes of Vault anymore. We're just adventurers.
You are?
That's-
I get
That's-
I leave the tent.
That's pleasant. I'd rather not die, thanks. But okay.
No,
She's going to sit down and sort of bring her knees up to her chest a little bit. Just kind of go quiet.
For adventurers, you're a very serious bunch. Now, and yes, you can be adventurers and the heroes of Vault. They are not mutually exclusive.
Just like being alive. Thanks.
Oh, yes. So, in the morning, the rest of the people should arrive. All of the colleges are here, but thanks to the short trip I was able to make, a few of the other races will be joining us as well. One of which, Tae'la, I think will be of much appreciation to you.
Hmm?
The Mahiri are coming.
Mahiri.
Well, they are sort of the ancestors of your tribes. Your tribes are all offshoots of the Mahiri originally, named after the standing stones they placed throughout the world.
Oh. All right then. But at this point, it's like she becomes super self-conscious. Like adjusting her ear wrap and.
In addition, the brewmasters will be coming. While not something very much applicable to you, they're definitely a cheery bunch, and well, I would recommend that you don't try drinking the beer. However,
Why?
they brew magical spells into their beer, so unless you want to drink a lightning bolt, I wouldn't recommend it.
I don't know. That sounds pretty cool to me. Actually, that sounds pretty fun.
Well, I will leave that testing up to you. You are, of course, adventurers. Drinking and touching things you shouldn't is another one of your parts of operation.
One of the perks.
Indeed. But for now, I've had a very long couple of days, as it sounds like you have as well. You'll be gracious to know, however, that the House of Wulfric has gifted us a number of reagents. From that, we'll be able to make a teleportation circle to get our way home, which means that you won't have to go through the forest or the mountain pass again if you wish to come back with us. But I will tell you at this point now, that when you're done with these next couple of days and all of the talking that you wish to partake in, you don't have to if you don't wish. You're free to go wherever you want, really. Follow any needs personally that you might have. You've done an awful lot. I don't want to ask any more of you. Just come visit every once in a while, of course.
Gotta keep you on your toes.
I don't think you'll ever be in a position where you will be... Oh, I already bought a new tea set. It's elvish, made of wood.
Ooh.
Doesn't easily break.
Oh. We'll test that next time.
I sincerely hope not. And as Dromir exits the large tent out the back and makes his way to one of the smaller tents for sleeping, is there anything else that you'd like to do tonight?
Nope.
I found
rest.
myself a nice spot outside.
It's like, ah.
Oh, it's fucking cold. Ah.
Eventually, I will make my way back to our lot of tents as well.
Yes. Slightly more tipsy than when you left.
Mm-hmm.
I hear him giggling as he walks by.
Singing a Hjartaheim folk song.
Oh yeah, terribly.
The word ice is mentioned about 5 times a verse.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And as You all find your way into sleep. Some of you more peaceful than others. Peacefulier. Wow, that's a terrible word. Some of you more peaceful than others. But the morning breaks once again. And the hustle and bustle of everyone around you preparing for the day ahead. That you see a lot of people carrying around sort of like clipboards with parchment attached to them and inkwells, like portable desks. And that's where we'll end today's session.
Yay!
Yay.
So, thank you very much for joining us. I'm glad no one died. Far too good at rolling d10s, apparently. So, once again, thank you very much for joining us. This is our 30th episode, so it's been quite a while we've been playing this now. So thank you for joining us for this journey so far. If you are new to the stream, you can catch up on Talevyrr at the link in chat right now. If you're watching on YouTube, obviously you're already there. You're in the playlist. If you wish to follow us in the next shows that we do, as well as the other D&D shows that are done on this channel, as all the games and art of our wondrous host, Susie, you can follow down below or hit subscribe on YouTube. And if you want to put some money towards the channel, if you feel like Susie deserves it, which she does, if you can afford it and you want to, you can subscribe to the Twitch channel. And Susie also has a Patreon where you can get art from her and see all of her fancy art. But from all of us here, if you wish to follow us, you can follow us on Twitter below. Both Pip and Matt also stream on Twitch. You can catch them. Matt streams pretty much every other day.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and occasionally Sundays. Probably more often Sundays now, because last Sunday I did one and it was really good.
Awesome. And Pip streams pretty much every weekday.
Every weekday, and then podcasts on Saturday. And now and again, we do little bits of content on a Sunday. But don't follow me, I'm rubbish.
Lies.
Follow everybody here. If you have any questions that you'd like to ask about the game, you can hit any of us up on Twitter. We don't really read the chat during game because we've got too much going on. But apart from that, thank you very much for joining us once again, and we should see you next week.
I think so.
Fantastic.
We'll let you know.
Next week should be fine. The week after, definitely not. But we will keep you up to date on that. So, for now, from all of us, thank you very much, and we will see you next time.
Bye!
Bye.